Jim Beach with School for Startups. I want to spend a minute now talking to you about why I believe what I do, why I believe that creativity isn't necessary, why I believe in low-risk entrepreneurship, and why I believe passion is awesome for the bedroom, the church, the synagogue, the mosque, but not necessarily for your business. When I was 24 years old, I got fired from Coca-Cola. My goal in life was to be the CEO of Coca-Cola, and by just 24, they had already fired me. They suggested that I be an entrepreneur, and I literally said, "Entre what?" Because I had never thought of that. The idea had never crossed my mind. But I took their advice, and in the summer of 1994, I started my first business. It wasn't much. It was a little summer camp at a place called Stanford at MIT. And within 7 years, we had grown to 90 locations around the world with 700 permanent employees doing almost $15 million in revenue. I started that business with zero money, $2,000 borrowed off of a credit card. I didn't do the next step until I could pay for the last step. There was zero risk in starting that business. There was also zero creativity. I blatantly copied it from somebody else. I did not steal any copyrights, trademarks, or patents, but my business was a copy of someone else. Maybe that's why it worked so well. They had figured out all the hard stuff, and all I did was just emulate them. But I did it better. They did theirs at Clark Crest Resort in Connecticut. I did mine at Stanford. Where do you want to send your kid? I also spent this time learning a lot about passion. I learned that I love being an entrepreneur. I loved the process, the freedom, the opportunity. If I wanted to make more money, I worked harder. But you know what? I didn't love summer camps. I love kids, but taking care of 15,000 kids every day is actually kind of stressful. So I sold that business because I was ready to. I was ready to move on and do some other things. At that time, I started teaching at Georgia State University, downtown Atlanta. And I started teaching entrepreneurship in a totally new way, trying to use these lessons from my summer camp experience and emulate them in the classroom. I made a bet the first semester that I could start a business. That semester, they got to choose the country and the industry that I would start the business in. I started a Pakistani furniture company. I blatantly stole the idea from something that I saw in a flea market 10 years earlier. I started that business for $2,000, and I promise you, I'm not passionate about Pakistani furniture. But it was a huge success because we followed the rules. Zero creativity, limited risk, and you reserve passion for the important stuff like your family and the things that you love, not a business. I've used this philosophy. It became the center of my McGraw-Hill best-selling book. It's become the center of my radio show. And I've met thousands of entrepreneurs along the way who believe the same thing. Copy an idea, limit your risk, and love what you do in your lifestyle, not the business itself. That's what we're going to do at School for Startups. I hope this brief introduction to some of my history shows you where these ideas and philosophies came from and how they're going to impact you. I look forward to working with you. Thanks a lot.